Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Beardsworth Gonzalez Gymnasium on the campus of New Bedford High School, where tonight the New Bedford Cable Network is proud to present girls high school basketball action. It's the homestanding Lady Whalers of New Bedford High taking on the Lady Hilltoppers of Durfee High School. Joe Cabral and Chris Santos from the Ed Rodricks Court, the Beardsworth Gonzalez Gymnasium at New Bedford High School. Our first look this year, Chris, at the Lady Whalers, coming into this one at 1-2 and taking on their former Big Three rival, Fall River's Durfee Lady Hilltoppers, also at 1-2.
Yeah, both teams with the identical records, but for Jordan Pina, speaking with him just a little while ago, told me that after playing Durfee in the opening game and beating them, comes up against Bishop Feehan, ranked 4th in the state, and they get walloped by them 69-29. Then they got to play on the next one, Bridgewater Raynham, who's in the top 10 as well, and they get whacked by them 74-36. So they've played two top 10 teams in the state after beating Durfee on opening night 68-45. Meanwhile, for Durfee, they take that loss to New Bedford on the first one. In the second one, they play Bridgewater Raynham, that top 10 team. They get beat 83-22. And then on the next one, they play Brockton, beat the Lady Boxers for their only win, 56-50. So they are coming off one win against the Boxers. So for them, they got to find a way now is how do we get back and beat New Bedford after losing to them by 23 points up in Durfee, 68-45.
Yeah, so interesting insight there, Chris. So two 1-2 teams, but some qualifying circumstances against their record. So should be an evenly played game here tonight. New Bedford winning against Durfee in Fall River earlier in the season. But let's see what happens here tonight. Looks like two squads, again, evenly matched. And it should be interesting watching the pregame warm-ups. Lady Whalers seem to have some talent as far as just looking at their natural ability and what we saw on the floor in pregame warm-ups.
Yes, and we're going to rely on number 1, Vanessa Bucha, who we remember a lot from last year. Add in number 2, Tatum Reese, number 3, Alexia Thompson, number 22, Sydney Ramus, and number 24, Savannah Gordon to be the starting 5 for the Lady Whalers. And now for the Hilltoppers.
Yeah, the Lady Hilltoppers will have number 1, Jada Hawley on the floor, joined by number 15, Cameron Lewis, 22, Julia Hargraves, all guards. And then the forwards, 22, Landry Karen, and 24, Mackenzie Carrero.
3 referees for this evening's game. Glad you're joining us on Facebook Live as well. Hope the people up in Fall River are able to catch this one and get to watch the Lady Hilltoppers here tonight.
And if you have connections, if you know family members or others who would be interested in watching and you are watching here live, please give them a call. Make sure they know that we're on live here on Facebook. We've seen as many as 160 viewers here at a time on games done here at New Bedford High. So great opportunity to get the community involved and able to watch some high school sports. Our national anthem. Our national anthem from the Beardsworth Gonzalez Gymnasium. The starters once again for New Bedford: Bucha, Reese, Thompson, Ramos, and Gordon. For Durfee: Holly, Hargraves, Lewis, Karen, and Carrero. Nice look at the Lady Whalers with their head coach Jordan Pina, now in his 7th season. Assistants Gretchen Rodericks and Zach Guillet. Of course, no jump ball to start. Lady Whalers will have it. And it will be Tatum Reese, the sophomore guard, inbounding. We saw great things from Tatum on the field hockey pitch earlier in the season, Chris. Tremendous determination and effort.
And fast.
Conditioning. This is New Bedford with the basketball. That's Alexia Thompson. Work to the corner. Got the ball for a baseline jumper. Shot up no good by Gordon. And now a rebound here to Durfee. That's number 15, Lewis.
2 quick misses by the Whalers. Good rebound underneath. Easy up, but could not finish the play.
Hargraves, they're working around the perimeter. Get inside to Lewis to the glass. No good. Rebound inside to New Bedford. Lady Whalers and number 3, Thompson with it. Goes over the top, got it to Bucha. She'll try to drive the baseline with the left hand. Shot an air ball.
Got hit, Joe. No foul on the play. Letting them play right now.
Durfee with the basketball. We've seen a lot of that generally, Chris, with the COVID rules.
Yep.
We've seen a lot less fouls, I would think, if we were able to track them a bit more closely. That's Durfee's Carrero tried to work to the baseline. There's a teardrop attempt from the baseline by Carrero. No good. Rebound to Durfee. They'll get it inside. That was number 1, Holly. And again now, Durfee gets it back out after another miss. So 3 opportunities here for Durfee, but they'll say, I think they reset the shot clock or needed to do so. Ball went out of bounds off of Durfee.
I don't think the ball ever hit the rim, Joe.
Yeah,
so they're saying that the clock shot went out, so it'll be in favor of New Bedford.
They're saying it was a shot clock violation.
Yeah.
Even though it was reset. Bucha tried to get it inside. Ball goes out of bounds, and they'll say it's Durfee's basketball.
Yeah, I don't think Ramos was really expecting that pass. And so turnover for New Bedford.
Landry Karen to inbound. We'll get it here to Hargraves, working against Bucha. Trap here on the sideline by New Bedford, and Hargraves just threw it away.
Full court press.
Gordon tracked it down. Get it here to number 3, Thompson. Thompson kicks to the corner. That's a baseline 3 by Ramos. No good. Rebound here to New Bedford. Gordon, about an 18-footer, no good. Rebound inside. I think it went off of Reese, and it did.
So 5 shots for New Bedford, 3 for Durfee, and no score yet.
Here's the inbound here for Durfee. That's number 24, Carrero with the basketball. Behind the back, working against Thompson. Carrero tries to get to the left hand, then goes off the glass. No good. Rebound inside. Lewis. Should we call for steps?
Yep. New Bedford's got to do a better job on the glass defensively, Joe. There's 2 times, 3 times the ball hasn't even hit the rim, and it's just rolling on the floor, and the Hilltoppers are picking it up.
This is Reese with the basketball. Works hard to that left hand. Reese gets bumped, and they're going to call a foul here against number 1, Jada Hawley.
Let's see if it's going to be on her. Yep, they are going to call it on Hawley. The thing was Lewis was there too, so I didn't know which one they were going to give it to.
Reese tried to drive with the basketball. Some contact.
I don't know, 1-2-2 or 3-2, Joe, pretty much is what the Hilltoppers play up top.
This is Bucha, long 3, NBA length. Shot no good. Rebound here to Durfee. They'll advance the basketball here to Hawley. Tried to get to the baseline, has to kick it out instead. Carrero to the goal. Shot no good, but a foul.
Yeah, good cut by Carrero as well. Knew that she was in trouble down below, decides to start to make the cut. Good pass inside. She'll get fouled and go to the basket. Let's
watch it here, Chris.
Yep. See, good cut to come in. Drive strong. Gets hit. And she'll shoot the first.
Carrero's free throw is good. And we have our first points of the night.
Remember, the first free throw, nobody is in the lane. And obviously the second one, 2 defensive players and 1 offensive player. If you're just joining us and don't know the COVID rules this year in basketball.
Carrero with 2 free throws. And it's 2-0. Here's Gordon for 3. Shot no good. Rebound to New Bedford. Lady Whalers gobbled up in the corner, though. It's Ramos, and should be called for steps.
Yep. Well, now the officials are going to talk first. I think they're going to say it was a timeout by Jordan Pina in New Bedford, so it will not be a turnover.
Not a turnover. They'll say Pina got the timeout prior to the violation being called. So it will be New Bedford retaining the basketball. Down 2-0 with 5:11 left in the first quarter. Very young squad here for Durfee, Chris. No seniors and 4 freshmen, including Hargraves, on their roster.
Well, Marcel Smith has himself a nice young team that he can build for this year and look forward to the next couple of years with, as you said, sophomores and juniors. Hargraves is a freshman, and she was in the starting lineup.
Here we go with the basketball being inbounded by New Bedford. That's number 3, Thompson. Tries to drive to the paint. Threw up a wild shot, but they're going to call a foul prior to that.
I think it should be on Hargraves.
Bucha will inbound. Get it to Thompson. Man-to-man defense here from the Lady Hilltoppers. Gordon tried to drive the baseline. They're going to call contact here on Lewis.
Yeah, well, she's got speed on Lewis, Joe, so she's trying to go baseline and get around her. Lewis just tries to use the body.
So 3 quick fouls here on Durfee. Inbounding here, Bucha. Got it to Reese, kick to the corner. That's Ramos for 3. Shot no good. Rebound to Durfee. That's Karen with the basketball, getting it here to number 12, Hargraves. Hargraves work it to Lewis. Driving to the goal. It was Hawley. Shot no good. Hit the underneath part of the backboard to the goal with the left hand. Nice move there by Thompson.
Yeah,
Alexa
strong
Thompson.
move, and went to the left hand, too, to get it off the glass and in.
Only a freshman. Entry pass here. Got it to Lewis, and she banks it home.
Yep, nice look from Lewis. Took the body and said, hey, let me get it to the glass, and does.
4-2, Durfee leads it. Bucha goes in against Lewis, and another foul against Lewis. That's 2 quick ones for Cameron Lewis.
Yep, and that will make a quick change, which I believe looks like O'Connell might be coming in for Lewis.
Number 14, Margaret O'Connell, as we see Vanessa Bucha go to the free throw line with New Bedford down 4-2, 4:18 left first quarter. Free throw no good.
So Lewis will come out, and O'Connell will check in. She's wearing number 14. Here she comes.
New uniforms here for both the Lady Whalers and for the Lady Hilltoppers. Nice looking uniforms.
Yep.
Here in 2021. Here's Bucha, second of 2.
Looks like the underarm is taking over.
And no good.
Nope.
Rebound here, and Hargraves with the basketball for Durfee. Hargraves works to the left hand, had it taken away. New Bedford with the basketball. That's number 4, Vasquez in. Quo Marie Vasquez, but now a turnover here. They'll get it to Hawley, to the goal with a right hand shot, no good. Rebound here to Reese.
Yeah, Thompson undercut her, and it changed the shot for Hawley.
Oh, Reese is going to be called for a palming violation. Had the hand way up there on top of the basketball. Basketball at shoulder height. That's a palming violation. Durfee will inbound.
Both teams ice cold, though. Durfee 1 for 7, New Bedford's 1 for 8.
They'll get it inside Carrero to the goal. No good, but a foul is called. Looks like against number 1, that's the second on Vanessa Bucha, I believe. No,
nope.
first, they'll say. At the free throw line, Mackenzie Carrero hits a free throw. She's taken it to the goal several times here and has 3 from the charity stripe.
And she's been strong with the ball. She's been taking it to the glass every time she has gotten possession. And that's why she's been to the free throw line a couple of times already.
Hits another. And the shot is good.
4 for 4 from the free throw line.
For Mackenzie Carrero, and it's 6-2 Durfee.
So Durfee with a little pressure now.
Oh, near turnover. Thompson maybe got away with a double dribble. Kicks to the right side of the lane. Now they'll get it to Reese, but they're going to say Bucha stepped on the end line prior to the pass. Some contact here. Durfee very aggressive here now defensively, Chris.
Well, they see that New Bedford has been struggling shooting, so they're trying to see if they can get some easy turnovers, then transition basketball and get to the basket.
That's Karen. And they're working around the perimeter now, and they get it to Hargraves. Hargraves skip pass over the top, way up top now to Carrero. Working it well. That's a 3, and the shot is good. Margaret O'Connell off the bench.
First shot for her. Big 3.
And a good-looking shot. 7-2, Durfee leads it. Here's
Good
Bucha.
pass.
Got the ball nicely to Bailey Burke, and she lays it in.
Yeah, good job by New Bedford to break the press that time, Joe, that you talked about.
Here's Hargraves. Hargraves get it to Carrero, way up top, being guarded by Thompson. Hargraves kick the basketball back up top here to Holly. Now they'll work it to number 22, Karen, with the left-hand shot. No good. Oh, bad pass here. Stolen by Carrero. She's going to try to take it to the goal, but Bucha was there. They'll get it to Holly. Pounds it inside. No foul call there on a big bump by Bailey Burke. Here's Vasquez ahead of the pack. Going to stop and pop, take a 3, back iron, no good. Rebound to Reese with the left hand. She lays it in.
Yeah, well, tough on the other end, and I'm sure that Marcel Smith isn't happy, and he shouldn't be. That was a foul.
Big bump.
Yeah, they big bump, and they didn't call that one. So that's a tough break for Durfee, but on the other end, Reese finishes off nicely.
With the basketball, that's number 24, Carrero. Tried to work it inside to Holly. Steal here by Bucha. Bucha with the left hand. Bucha got it over the top to Thompson. Pass off the mark. Ball on the floor. Ball was loose, but the official came in and said a jump. Never saw it tied up, Chris, to be frank with you.
No, it wasn't. It was loose, but, you know, in the COVID being on the ground, I think they're just going to blow the whistle as fast as they can.
Inbound here by Durfee as the arrows favoring the Lady Hilltoppers. They'll get it to O'Connell. O'Connell with the basketball. Goes to Hargraves. Hargraves brings it up top, being guarded by Vasquez. Hargraves got it back to O'Connell. O'Connell tries to work to the baseline. Shut down there by Burke. Get it back up top. Hargraves around the perimeter now. That's Karen. Wow shot with the left hand.
Well, I mean, you're taught, Joe, you get bumped and you get hurt, throw it up, you might get the foul and the call. She gets the bump, they throw it up, no call.
9-6, Durfee leading New Bedford. 1:25 left in the first quarter.
Continuing the pressure.
Here's Burke to the goal with a right hand. Shot no good. Rebound to Karen. Advance the basketball here to Carrero. She just takes it inside. That's got to be an offensive foul.
I don't think so.
She cleared out Vasquez.
Yeah.
Oh, no, they're going to call it on Vasquez.
Yeah, they are.
Wow. She used an arm and just cleared out Vasquez. I'd like to see that on replay.
She did with the left arm, but I don't know if Vasquez had got her with the body prior. Not sure. That's what he called.
The size advantage,
Yep.
dramatic, and Vasquez was just tossed aside. She's kind of appealing to the official there on the sideline. This is Holly. Holly with the basketball. Goes up top to O'Connell, being guarded by Bucha. Durfee has gone to the bench again, and now in the lineup, Souza, number 3, Juliana Souza. Here's Holly with the basketball. Got it to O'Connell. O'Connell tries to work to the right hand, shut down right side of the arc. Here's Souza.
Just a freshman.
They'll go back up top. Now they try to get it inside. Errant pass stolen here. Ahead of the pack, lay it up and in. That was New Bedford's Ramos. Lady Whalers to within 1, 9-8.
under 30 seconds to go.
That's Carrero, a little pull-up shot, no good. Rebound inside, New Bedford with it. They'll get it to Bucha, double team here from Durfee, and a deflected pass goes out of bounds. Inbound here from New Bedford, underneath the basket. Oh, bad pass. Stolen inside. O'Connell, bank it home. Errant pass there, Chris, and it was an easy bucket for Durfee.
Yeah, it was. I mean, they try to get the break that press, and it was a lazy pass, and it just kind of floated. And easily coming in was Carrero to pick that off.
Durfee's going to make a substitution here. I don't know if there was blood or something, a mask broken or something. Yeah, because they pulled Hawley off. The substitution came directly from the bench. Here's Reese, left hand, no good. Rebound, their own follow, no good, and no foul. Durfee comes away with it. This is Hargraves as the quarter comes to a close. 11-8. Durfee leads it after a quarter of play here at the Beardsworth Gonzalez Gymnasium.
So very low scoring quarter. And for New Bedford, they ended up being 4 for 16, Joe, just in that quarter alone to get 8 points, with Burke for 2, Ramus for 2, Thompson with 2, and Reese with 2. Butcher had missed 2 free throws in that quarter. On the opposite side for Durfee, they shot 12 times. They were 3 for 12. 2 points from Lewis. They had 5 points from O'Connell off the bench and 4 free throws from Mackenzie Carrero to get their 11 points. So, Joe, both teams, and I thought New Bedford had a little bit more closer to the basket, opportunities to make easier layups than Durfee did. They just didn't execute. Maybe get half of those that they missed, they'd be easily in the lead. But you got to finish your chances. New Bedford has not done that so far.
They have not, and as a result, after a quarter of play, it's Durfee leading it 11-8. For New Bedford, looks like it'll be Thompson, Ramos, Gordon, Burke, and Vasquez. For Durfee, it's O'Connell, Hargraves, Carrero, Karen, and number 20, Evangeline Souza, seeing her first action. That's Thompson, works to the paint, and is fouled.
So that's going to be the 6th team foul on Durfee. Like
but it's a shooting foul, so they'll give her 2 shots, and Thompson rolls a free throw home. Alexia Thompson, only a freshman.
Call that one on Hargraves, Joe. Have her down as 3 fouls.
Wow, that's going to hurt. She's their point guard, their ball handler.
So she'll have to come out. So
they've gone to the bench and brought in number 10, Leanne Torres-Lugo. Rebound inside
good
Burke.
Fight, though. Good fight.
With Karen. And it's a tie-up with the arrow this time favoring. It should be Durfee after the possession for the second quarter. And the official instructing that needs to be in from the side. Now they're going to send it back. So you can't inbound from underneath, which is kind of splitting hairs here. This is O'Connell. O'Connell got it to Carrero.
Good ball handler.
Nice job. Got it to Karen. Got it to number 10, Lugo. Then they'll skip it over the top, O'Connell. Nicely inside. Oh, good move there by Carrero. Check that. It was Karen, and she banks it home.
Yeah, that's a good move by Landry.
First bucket of the night for Landry Karen. Here's Thompson. Got the basketball to Ramos. Sidney tried to kick it inside to Burke. Bailey Burke off the glass.
And a fast move by Burke.
She's looked impressive in the low block. We saw a lot of Bailey last year. I was kind of surprised to not see her in the starting lineup, Chris.
I agree.
This is Carrero. Try to work to the paint, pull up jumper, and her shot is good. Nice looking shot there. from Mackenzie Carrero, who now has 6.
Top of the key, move to her left, got a nice pick.
Is Vasquez squeezing her way inside and spins it up and in.
Almost looked like a two-hander.
Just kind of sliding it up the glass with the spin, the English. And it's 15-13. Here's Carrero, kicks to the corner. That's a 3. This time, no good by the Lady Hilltoppers. And then Vasquez, length of the floor, again lays it in.
Yeah, but how about the presence of Thompson there, really slowing down and then finding her with a nice pass.
This is Carrero with the basketball, working against New Bedford's 2-3 zone now with matchup principles. Looks like maybe man-to-man, though. Now that's O'Connell, got the basketball outside to Karen, and they got it inside for a pass
Blocked
to
by Burke.
O'Connell that was blocked. Here's Vasquez trying to run the floor, and there's going to be a reach in here.
Yep.
So some nice work here.
Right, so what's happening, Joe, on this second quarter that we've seen that's different than the first? New Bedford is using their speed right now, and it's really bothering Durfee.
Especially Vasquez, number 4 with 4 points, and now to the free throw line. Quo Marie Vasquez, a junior guard. Smallest player on the floor, but she's used her speed here effectively in this second quarter.
1-1, Joe.
So 1-1, so
that's why they're coming in.
Not a shooting foul, right. So need the defenders.
So Lewis turns again back to...
Missed free throw, goes all the way back to Vasquez with the right hand. And that's the advantage of being a shooter with so few players lined up in the lane. Ball came all the way out to her.
And 6 points for her. I was about to say Lewis has come back in for Durfee after having 2 fouls in the first, and she has the ball.
She has it inside, tries to back her way in against Burke. Not sure what the call was there, Chris.
No idea.
No foul, so maybe a 3-second violation. And then Thompson, who's a fine ball handler, lost it out of bounds this time. Alexia Thompson is only a freshman. Fine ball handler. Not that time, though. Lost it. Here's Carrero with the basketball. New Bedford in front now, 17-15. That's a 3. Shot is up, no good. Rebound to New Bedford. This is Vasquez. Check that. Thompson, who went behind her back, pulls it out. That was number 3. Check that. Yes, Thompson.
Yep.
Now here's Vasquez. Back to Thompson. Around the perimeter, that's Gordon for 3. Shot no good. Gets her own rebound. Tries to squeeze her way inside and had it deflected and sent out of bounds. Inbound here by Vasquez on the side. 5:02 left. First half action. Handoff here from Burke to Vasquez. Works to the right side of the floor in the arc and got it back up top. They're going to call steps before that on Savannah Gordon.
Yep.
So she had the ball deflected, but got a handle on it. And when she didn't put it back on the floor and then kind of took an extra step.
Burke checks out, and checking in for the first time, Hannah Pereira, the sophomore, wearing number 21.
Gives New Bedford a little size off the bench. This is Lewis way up top. Lewis being guarded by Pereira.
You know, Marcel Lewis is all upset because he's sitting there saying, why is my
Lewis,
probably center up top and no one's helping her out?
And no one's coming out to get the basketball. Yeah. He's looking and saying, whoa, this is going to end up being a 5-second violation. So 17-15, Lady Whalers in the lead after trailing 11-8 at the end of the first 8 minutes of play. So they've already scored more points in the second quarter than they did in the entire first quarter, Chris, and we're not even halfway through the quarter.
9-4, and Vasquez has 6 of the 9 for New Bedford, 2 from Burke, and the free throw from Thompson to make their 9. Karen got on the board with 2, and Carrero has 2 in the second quarter for Durfee. But as I said, Joe, I think the speed has really helped New Bedford and get down the court a little bit more than what Durfee is. They seem to start to get a little bit tired here in this second quarter than they did in the first.
And Vasquez has definitely been a spark plug off the bench. Hargraves back in, even with the 3 fouls, Chris.
Yep. Lewis has to roll with the chances, I guess.
Trying to inbound the ball here to O'Connell. She stepped on the sideline. Their toe was on the sideline. So it's New Bedford basketball, and that's why they brought Hargraves and Lewis back in. They feel the game may be slipping away a little bit here. Here's Vasquez.
Little 1-2-2 half-court trap.
Little 1-2-2.
Yep.
That's Thompson, kicks to the corner. Ramos will take a 3, and she hits.
Yeah, first one for Sydney on that 3-pointer. Good one to go up by 5. Biggest lead now for New Bedford.
First 3 of the night for the Lady Whalers. Here's Carrero with the basketball. Try to get inside to Lewis. She's too far from the goal, though. Get it back to Carrero, though, with a right hand. Missed the shot. Loose ball inside, follow. Shot is up and no good, and a rebound here to New Bedford. So Durfee had a couple of opportunities there. Could not convert. Ball to Carrero, then knocked, and Thompson, I think, stepped out of bounds.
But even the one before, Joe, Carrero, a nice cut. Lewis finds her, has a layup. Ball spins around and out. Tough break for her. But she has been an offensive threat when she's out there.
Hargraves got the ball left side of the arc. Carrero. Oh, nice pass inside.
She has to touch the ball every possession, Joe. There's no doubt about it.
Player.
Yeah. She handles it well. She sees the floor well, and she cuts very well after picks when she does not have the ball. So
she can create her own shot, plus she helps her teammates, and in this case, she helped number 14, Margaret O'Connell, get to the free throw line with a fine pass. O'Connell's free throw, no good. Margaret O'Connell off the bench with 5 points. Watch the fine pass here. Got it to O'Connell. And then the foul from behind called against Thompson, who now has 2. Margaret O'Connell, no, can't connect, misses 2 free throws, but Lewis comes away with a rebound over the top to Hargraves. Back to O'Connell, she's gonna take a 3. Well, she can't hit free throws, but she can hit 3s. That's her second of the night. Here's Thompson. Steams her way to the bucket, but not a good shot that time. They'll advance it to Souza, the freshman, caught from behind, but able to track the ball down. Slow it down.
Nice
get it to
backdoor
Carrero.
cut.
Nice cut inside. You mentioned it, Chris, and a good pass again there from Carrero. And then a foul against Durfee inside.
She faked coming out, Joe, like she was going to go for the 3. Went back door, down baseline. Carrero found her. But unfortunately, remember, every foul that Durfee makes now, it's 1-1. This one's going to be on Lewis, her 3rd. So both Hargraves and Lewis with 3. So Lewis will have to go to the bench. Brings in number 23, Iana Nelson Alfred, into the game.
Free throws here by Hannah Pereira. First one is up. Rolls around and in. First point for Hannah off the bench. And no on the second, but Bucha with a rebound and with a right hand banks it in.
Yeah, just out-muscled her. Simple as that.
First points of the night for Vanessa Bucha. 23-18, New Bedford's biggest lead of the night. This is Carrero. Got the ball to O'Connell, now back to Carrero. Try to work to the baseline. They're going to call a foul on a reach-in.
Should be on Pereira.
New Bedford still not over the limit. That's the team's 5th. Hargraves will inbound. And there's Carrero, way up top. Being guarded by Ramos, kicks to the corner to Souza. Souza goes back up top, O'Connell. Right around the perimeter. No, they'll get it back to O'Connell, who goes back out to Hargraves. Oh, nearly stepped on the sideline, but able to maintain possession after a pass was deflected by Bucha. You can see how hard it is for Durfee to get off a good shot if they don't get it to Carrero.
Yep.
Guerrero was up top waiting for the basketball, and they worked it all around without getting it back to her, and then they couldn't get off a shot.
Especially with Hargraves and Lewis on the bench.
Turned it over. That's Pereira, had her shot deflected and blocked by Hargraves, but it goes out of bounds off of Durfee. Here's Bucha. Thompson, back to Bucha.
Whoa.
That's an NBA three. Front rim, no good. Rebound here, they'll get it to Souza. Freshman brings it down the floor, gets it back to Carrero. Up top, Hargraves. Around the perimeter, O'Connell. There's Hargraves. Tries to work to the paint. Get the ball here to Carrero. Tried to squeeze up a shot, and they'll call a foul.
Yep. She's instant offense for them. She has to touch the ball.
She is their offense.
Yep.
In the half court, they have a hard time. They just work around the perimeter unless they get it to Carrero. And at the free throw line, Mackenzie Carrero. She has 6 points. Had 4 free throws on 4 attempts before missing that one.
In and out, too, and rolled around.
Yeah, Ramos will check out. Pereira will check out. New Bedford going to the bench. Reese back in. And Vasquez back in. Carrero on the second of 2. Shot is good. And there's a timeout on the floor called by New Bedford. 23-19. Lady Whalers up by 4 with 1:47 left in the first half.
So I don't know. They're looking around to say who called timeout. Jordan Pina's looking to say, I didn't say nothing.
Yeah, he's saying I didn't call timeout.
So I don't know. They're looking around over here. Who said what?
Let's see if the official.
So I have no idea.
Looks like he's signaling out for a full timeout.
Yeah. Well, 1:47 to go here in the half. 23-19 New Bedford. Glad you're joining us on the New Bedford Cable Network in the Ed Rodrigues Court here at the Beardsworth Gonzalez Gymnasium. If you're watching us on Facebook Live, I hope you're enjoying this one. We've had a good one. Very close, Joe. No team has been more than 5 points for the highest of the lead. 23-19, up by 4 right now for New Bedford.
Yeah, it's been very evenly matched. As we look at the schedule in the future, you mentioned the few teams that are powerhouses here in 2021, and New Bedford does have Bridgewater Raynham again on the schedule here at home.
Yep.
It'll be interesting to see if we can get that one onto our schedule to see what kind of team Bridgewater Raynham has. Here's Bucha with the basketball. Nice pass over the top to Burke, and she lays it in. Bailey Burke with 6, and a fine pass there. Finding Burke all alone.
Yeah, if you're beating New Bedford by 38, Joe, you must be doing something right.
You would think. New Bedford does not look like that type of team that would just get dominated.
Called a move and pick up top as they went to Carrero.
Yep. Offensive foul called on Durfee.
That will be on Landry Karen.
Remember, offensive fouls are non-shooting fouls, non-team fouls. Here's Vasquez, and Vasquez turns it over.
Trapped.
Hargraves and had it taken right away by Reese, who knocked it away. Thompson tried to get it back to Reese. Ball is loose on the floor, and it's Carrero and Reese, and a tie-up goes New Bedford's way this time.
So both teams being aggressive.
Yeah, back and forth there. Thompson inbounds, gets it to Bucha. Here's Thompson. Fine handle by Thompson, got it to Burke. Burke's gonna just steal. Oh, she had a chance to go right to the goal and turned it down. Here's Bucha. High arcing 3, and her shot is good.
Finally got one to go.
Nearly no rotation on that shot by Bucha, but finds the bottom of the net. 28-19, New Bedford up now by 9.
Biggest lead of the night.
He'll get the ball here to Carrero. She's gonna take a long 3, and her shot is good.
Trying to keep him in the game.
Mackenzie Carrero from long distance. Bucha get it to Reese. Reese is gonna be called for steps.
Had the shot, Joe. Gave it up, and then took that little step, and then went to the ground. It's called for the travel.
Inbound here by Durfee.
Without Lewis and Hargraves, Carrero trying to hang in there for 22 more seconds.
And Durfee calls
a timeout.
For a timeout.
Yep.
With 21.6 seconds left, shot clock is turned off. So looking to set up a final shot here, Durfee.
Yeah.
Want to hold the basketball, make sure they don't squander this opportunity. So their head coach.
And if he's smart, Joe, he would wait as much of that 21 as he can before he gets it off. And with the lineup that he's got in there, obviously without some of his starters, he doesn't want New Bedford to maybe even get the ball back.
Yeah, I mean, obviously here what you do is you get it up top to Carrero. You tell her, watch the game clock. When it gets down to 10, then you make your move. And then that way you still have time to get off a shot yourself. If you doubled, get it to someone else. So that should be the instruction. They have Karen inbounding. Again, I would get it here right away, or after one pass, you get it to Hargraves, and then she gets it to Carrero. Hargraves with it. You should have Carrero come up for a handoff.
There you go.
And there she is with the basketball. She's going to take a shot early in the shot clock. And it looked like she had room to continue the drive.
Well, that was one, and then two. Maybe she thought the clock was a little bit less.
Oh, here's a steal by O'Connell, who just came into the passing lane, and she lays it in.
Yeah, that's not a good job from Vasquez with that pass there, unfortunately.
Vasquez throws up a long shot, no good, as the quarter comes to a close. So New Bedford had a chance for the last shot in the final possession. Turn it over on a pass, on a nice move there by O'Connell. And Margaret O'Connell is leading all Durfee scorers now with 10 points.
So we'll go to the break at 28-24. What was a 9-point lead, Joe, within a minute has turned now only to a 4-point lead. So that's a big one there.
So New Bedford, a much better second quarter. 20 points in that quarter after a first quarter where they only scored 8. Durfee actually did better offensively in that second quarter. They only had 11 after one. They scored 13 in that second quarter, but New Bedford with that strong performance, especially by players off the bench like Quo Marie Vasquez and Bailey Burke, both with 6 points. And as a result, they lead it by 4. They set the clock here between the second quarter and third quarter a little longer than according to the official rules, so set it at 4 minutes. So we'll keep it right here since we're on Facebook Live. As you see, New Bedford with their head coach Jordan Pina. Lady Whalers at 1-2 on the season. Durfee with the identical record. New Bedford's only win against Durfee, and Durfee's only win against Brockton. So it kind of shows you the level of competition, because we've seen two teams here that are pretty good. And New Bedford, I'll be honest with you, Chris, they have some players. They have some talent here.
They do, and I'm sure Jordan Pina knows that. They come back tomorrow, play Dartmouth at a game that's been a makeup. Then they got back-to-back home and away with Brockton. Next Saturday, we'll have it for you here. They play Bishop Stang, and then they have a very good Bridgewater team. And back to Dartmouth again, and that kind of ends their season. Meanwhile, for Durfee, they'll finish their schedule after today. They have Dartmouth, they have Bridgewater Raynham, they have Dartmouth again, Stang, Brockton, and finish with Malden Catholic to round out their schedule. And then, of course, the little conference has themselves a little playoff and a little championship. So we'll have to see if New Bedford makes that. And if they do, maybe we'll have that for you as well. But let's go by the quarters here. In the first quarter, it was 11-8, led by the Hilltoppers. And then in the second quarter, New Bedford scored 20. Durfee scored 13 to take a 28-24 halftime lead. Scorers for Durfee: O'Connell with 10 off the bench, Carrero with 10, Karen with 2, and Lewis with 2 to get their 24. For New Bedford, Butcher with 5, Reese with 2, Thompson with 3, Ramus with 5, Vasquez off the bench with 6, Burke off the bench with 6, and Pereira chipped in with one of her free throws to get a total of 28, and that's where we stand, 28-24 at the half, with about a minute to go here in this short halftime.
Teams back on the floor as the officials obviously making sure that they stick to the 2 minutes and 30 seconds, despite the fact they had 4 minutes on the clock. So both teams back on the floor. Durfee to inbound, Karen with it. Hargraves back to Karen. Handoff here to Carrero. Tried to get it to Lewis, deflected pass back to Karen. Tries to get to the goal, scoop shot up and in.
What a player.
Nice shot there by Mackenzie Karen. Oh, and he's going to wipe it away. Wow.
Oh, okay.
Holy smoke.
Okay. Whoa.
Wow, we've seen some very
that
questionable calls here tonight.
Joe, I'd have to see it on the replay if we get it. We'll try to slow it down for you and see if you think it's a travel. We're on the opposite side, but still.
Didn't look like it at all. Inside basketball, up by Burke, no good. Rebound to Durfee. Karen will get it here. Hargraves.
Good look.
Got it nicely to Hawley with the right hand, lay it in.
Very good look.
First bucket of the night for Jada Hawley. 28-26 New Bedford. Nice kick there by Ramos. Got it to Burke. She missed the shot. Now Durfee's Carrero with the rebound, looking to pass it and get it to Hawley. Steamroller way to the bucket. They're going to count it and call a foul on Alexia Thompson.
So Hawley, who was quiet in that first half, comes out all of a sudden with a quick 4-point. Joe, let's see if this is travel. 1, 2. Maybe that little stutter step?
I don't know.
What do you think?
No.
No? Okay. Thompson picks up her third foul as Hawley makes the free throw. Quick 5 for her and take a 1-point lead as they go to the press and Reese back in for Thompson, who's got 3 fouls.
Here's Reese with the basketball, works to the baseline, squeezes up a shot. They're going to call traveling on Tatum Reese. Inbound here. Hargraves playing with 3 fouls, and Durfee jumping back in the lead here with 5 unanswered points. It's Hargraves. Check that. Carrero took a 3, shot no good. Rebound here to Reese. Reese has a good handle, advances it to Vasquez. Vasquez just trying to squeeze her way inside. They're going to call a block.
On Karen, her second.
That's Lindsay Landry Karen. A little bit of a hip check there. Inbound here from Bucha. That's Ramos corner. Vasquez for 3. Shot no good. Rebound. Hawley. Hawley will get it to Carrero. Skilled player, goes behind the back. Good handle both with the right and the left hand between the legs that time. And then not a good pass though. And Hawley couldn't get there.
Remember, Joe, one of the names we have not read tonight and is on the bench, I think, with an injury, is Kennedy Franklin.
Yeah, so New Bedford,
a big player,
does have some talent.
Yep.
That's Bucha. Long 3 off the glass, no good. Rebound loose. Lewis
Wide
comes
open.
away with it on the floor. Here's Carrero. Pass was a little behind her, so she could not get down the floor. Tried to get it to Hawley, and it's another bad pass.
What if it was a bad pass or more of maybe Hawley should have cut better to the basket,
I think you're right there,
Joe.
Chris. Anticipating her
difference.
cutting to the basket. She did not. She faded to the
Exactly.
corner. Here's Bucha with the left hand. Bangs
big.
it to Lewis, and they're going to call a foul on Lewis. That's her 4th.
That's a big foul.
That's just Bucha being smart, taking it right to the player in foul trouble.
That's going to help. He's going to have to go to the bench and probably get O'Connell back in. I think that's what he should do.
Sticking with it for right now. There's Bucha's free throw, rattles out.
0 for 3 right now. Let's watch it again. See, Lewis never even turned. It's too late by then, so there's the change.
O'Connell in, Lewis out.
Yeah, I figured that was going to come.
Vanessa Bucha Second free throw, high arcer, no good. Rebound. Nice steal there by Burke with the hustle.
Good play by Ramos.
And then Ramos with a little bit of a high arcing teardrop.
Yeah, but how about Burke with the speed to keep that in bounds and get it to Ramos?
That was a fine play
Yeah, it was.
by Burke. This is Carrero. Try to give and go here with Hawley with the right hand. Shot no good. Loose ball inside. Tatum Reese comes away with it. Reese advancing it up the floor. Kicks to the corner. That's Ramos. Their shot no good. Nice box out there by Hargraves. Came away with the ball and got it to Karen. Now Carrero. Back to Karen. Tried to advance the ball to Hargraves. Bad pass, and Vasquez nearly had a steal, but lost it off the sideline. So Durfee will keep it with a
fresh, Burke with a left hand too.
Clock. Yeah, nice play there by Burke.
Right in front of our camera.
Hargraves tried to inbound to Hawley, and Vasquez comes away with a steal.
Gonna try to double team her. Here it comes.
Vasquez got it to Reese. Reese works by Hawley. Reese trying to get inside, get it to the right hand, and she's going to draw a foul.
I think that's going to be on Hawley, which is her second. Well, the only foul trouble for New Bedford is Thompson with 3, and she's not in right now.
Free throw is up and good.
Okay, it wasn't on Hawley. It was actually on O'Connell.
Third point of the night for Tatum Reese. Earns another free throw. 31-29, New Bedford leading it. Second one by Reese, up, no good. Rebound to Durfee. Get it to Carrero.
Oh, good pass.
Oh, over the top, Hawley ahead of the pack. And she's fouled. Looks like Burke from behind.
Can't have that person open though, Joe, and I'm sure Jordan Peter can't be happy with that.
Yeah, there's a rule in basketball. Yeah. You're always behind that last player who's trying to leak down the floor. You never let them be the one closest to the basket. It's a rule about as old as, a principle about as old as
wide open.
The sport. I mean, look at this.
It's almost like football, you know, defensive back is letting the receiver just get behind you.
Yeah, no one behind that last player. Hawley hits the free throw, hits 2 free throws.
Yep.
Tied at 31. Get the ball to Ramos here. Ramos tries to go over the top, got it to Burke. Mismatch inside, but had her shot blocked, and Burke follows and will draw a foul.
And I think that's Hargraves, and I think that's her 4th too. That's why Lewis has his hands on his head going, oh no. Yeah, I got both Lewis and Hargraves with 4 fouls.
And Chris, whenever you have 3 officials, the whistle blows more.
Oh, big time.
They'll say it's a non-shooting foul. Get it to Ramos here in the corner. Vasquez for 3, and her shot is good.
Yeah, we're ready for it.
Q Marie Vasquez now with 9 points off the bench. 34-31. Carrero works to the paint, squeezes up a shot, no good. New Bedford's Reese with the rebound. Tatum works to that right hand. Oh, had the ball on her hip. That's a step. That's steps. That's traveling.
You saw it, Joe. You were right on that one.
Cross to the left hand, but pinned the ball on her hip for a half second.
And she had Vasquez ahead of her. She had to get rid of it earlier. She wasn't able to do it.
This is Hargraves, 14, so that's a 1-4. Everyone down low. You got your one ball handler up top. Try to have someone come up to set a pick, but instead they turn it over on an errant pass.
Okay, let's see who we got. So Hargraves is going to come out. Souza will have to check in. Pereira checks back in for New Bedford, along with Gordon. And Thompson checks back in as well.
This is Vasquez with the basketball. Very quick. Works her way to the paint, kicks to the corner. There's a shot up, no good. Rebound here to New Bedford, as Gordon could not hit from the baseline and then commits a foul.
reach in. So 34-31 our score. 3:49 to go in the third. Game still in the balance, obviously, with just the third quarter.
Carrero for Durfee with the basketball, being guarded by Thompson.
High pick.
Carrero kicks to the corner. Souza, only a freshman, get it up top. O'Connell thought about a three, holds it.
Trying to get it into Hawley, who was setting up down low with Reese on her. That's the matchup they were looking for. There it is.
Oh, got it inside to Hawley.
Oh, she lost it.
Lost the ball. Had Karen on the opposite block wide open. And a tie up here with the arrow favoring New Bedford this time. So Reese will inbound. Get it to Thompson.
Remember, Joe, the only points for Durfee right now has been on number one. Hawley's the only one that has scored.
That's it. Here in this third quarter, Reese had her pass deflected as she was double teamed. Ball goes to the corner. Let's see, they'll say it stays with New Bedford.
She has 7. Remember, it was 24 at the half. They have 31, and she's got all 7.
They'll get the ball here.
Whoa.
Drive, shot up, no good by Thompson. Unless that shot was deflected, you can't do that.
Yep.
So it's hard to tell here, but the official allowed it. Then they'll say no, but she was out of bounds when she touched it.
This is where New Bedford in this last 3 minutes, Joe, has to make a little bit of a run.
Yeah.
With Hargraves and Lewis on the bench and not much out there, they have to find a way to put points on the board.
Carrero, a bad pass,
but
and
she's
Reese
exhausted.
ahead of the pack.
And she's exhausted.
And laid it in.
She's played the entire game. You can tell how tired she is.
So Tatum Reese, 5 points here in this third quarter. Here's Carrero. Get it to Karen. Inside Hawley. Got the ball nicely to O'Connell, but not this time.
Keep running.
Here's Vasquez.
Let's go. Oh,
Running
that's a
down
foul.
the floor, and Karen bumps into Vasquez. And you mentioned it, Chris. Looks like Durfee's a little winded here now.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they, especially Carrero. Fortunate for hands on her hips. Hawley, hands on her hips. They're tired. New Bedford has been subbing, doing a lot of it. A lot more depth.
They have multiple ball handlers.
Yep.
New Bedford can use Bucha. Here's a baseline three by Gordon. No good. Rebound loose. Taken by Reese.
Pass.
Reese works her way inside with the left hand. Old-fashioned style hook there from Tatum Reese.
Got the rebound, battled for it, and then went into the lane and went with the left hand. And then an offensive pick.
Offensive foul.
And that's on Hawley, and she's got 3.
Watch this one by Reese.
Yep.
This is the old school left-handed hook, like wide. Oh, here we go.
So back up to 7 for New Bedford as the fouls have really stacked up now for Marcel Smith and his team. Hawley with 3, got Hargraves with 4, Lewis with 4, and Cameron with 3. So only one, like I said, the only one in trouble has been Thompson for New Bedford. 6 fouls team-wise for Durfee, 3 for New Bedford, so they lead in that as well. 2:12 remaining in the third, 38-31.
So New Bedford with 10 points in this third quarter thus far with 2:12 left. Durfee with 7. So New Bedford's been able to open up their 4-point halftime lead up to 7 now. Lady Whalers love Reese, Vasquez, Thompson, Gordon, and Pereira.
Won by 22 the first time, Joe. 68-45. Excuse me, 23 points. Up in Durfee in the first game of the season.
Here's Reese with the basketball, working past
In a
O'Connell.
trap.
Just gets right to the goal, squeezes up a shot and draws a foul. And Durfee's just getting beat now with speed and quickness.
Torres Lugo, who came in the game. Drew the foul.
Tatum Reese has had a big third quarter, Chris.
Actually, they say no. They call it on Souza, number 3, as Reese makes the free throw.
She was held scoreless in the first half and now has
Actually,
8
she had
points.
2 in the first.
Okay.
And she has 6 now, so that's a total of 8, as you said.
Free throw no good. Ball tracked down in the corner, but they'll say no. Out of bounds, it'll go to Durfee. They'll get it to Souza. Over the top. Aaron passes, and Gordon anticipated it. Here's Gordon with the basketball. Pass over the top, got it to Vasquez, working against Hawley. That's a 3. They're going to wipe it away. I think a 3-second violation.
Shot clock? I didn't see it. Not sure what they called.
Yeah, it had to be a 3-second violation. No, Durfee's just getting beat here.
Yeah.
And inside, Reese lay it up and in it. And his foul, count the basket. Now, Durfee's standing around on some of these. The turnover there, they just watched it after the ball was lost.
Foul on, let's watch it again on O'Connell. As they get the screen, see Carrero just stood there. She's tired. And then coming over the back.
Wow. Didn't look like much.
No. Joe, I said when there was 3 minutes left, this is the run. If New Bedford's going to make it, they need to make it now with Hargraves and Lewis on the bench. And they're doing it.
They certainly are.
They are taking over here late in the third.
And Durfee's playing like they're winded.
Yep.
Get it to Carrero, trap everywhere. And I've always been of the opinion that one of the worst mistakes you can make is try to pass through the press, even though it's the right thing if you have equally talented players. Steal here, get it to Vasquez ahead of the pack, lay it in. So New Bedford here just pressuring Durfee, and they're turning the basketball over here late in this third quarter. This is O'Connell. O'Connell got it to Souza. Oh, nice pass inside. The shot up no good. A follow blocked on the attempt by Lugo, and a nice steal here by Carrero, and then she'll be fouled. Durfee needed that steal by Mackenzie Carrero. Try to stop the bleeding as they're down 12 now.
Right place at the right time. You can, like I said, you can see Carrero. He's had a long game.
Hands on the knees at the free throw line.
And she's played great. And just has no chance to really rest.
Free throw is no good. Durfee with some wholesale changes here. Hargraves back in, Karen back in. Evangeline Souza back in. Second free throw by Carrero. Up and good. First points of the third quarter for Mackenzie Carrero. Thompson. New Bedford working it around the perimeter, and Reese has had a fine quarter. This is Vasquez. Nearly lost it. Durfee trying to trap here a bit.
Pressuring.
Now as they get it to
10
Reese.
on the clock.
Working it to the corner. That's Thompson for 3. Her shot around the rim, no good. Rebound here to Durfee. New Bedford pressuring right away, but Durfee this time able to get it to Carrero. Carrero with it. Hargraves on the handoff, right side of the arc. Kick to the corner. That's Karen for 3. Shot no good. Rebound here. Thompson.
Oh, good look.
Get it to
Thompson.
Gordon.
Just go to the basket.
2-on-2. Gordon to the goal with the left hand. Roll it in.
You just go to the basket. You have to.
First points of the night for Savannah Gordon. As the quarter comes to a close, and New Bedford with a flurry in the last half of that quarter. And as a result, they head to the sidelines with 8 minutes left to play and a 13-point lead, 45-32.
Yeah, they've really stepped it up here. And quarters, obviously, 11-8 in the first quarter, favoring Durfee. But the New Bedford comes back with a 20-13 second quarter, and now a 17-8 third quarter to be up, as Joe said, by 13 now of 45-32.
And Tatum Reese was a standout in that third quarter. And you saw New Bedford's ball handling ability and speed and quickness advantage really taking hold in that quarter, Chris.
Yeah, speed was the killer, and nothing against Durfee, but they're tired. They got a lot of people in foul trouble, and I think that's really affected them. Those last 3 minutes, that was big for New Bedford.
And aside from Carrero, really, even though their ball handling, their dribbling is okay, they can't create a shot. No one else on the floor can get their own shot, and that's really one of the basic principles of trying to understand a player's ability. Can they get their own shot without any help? And the only one on Durfee that can really do that is Carrero. New Bedford does have other players that can do so. Lady Whalers have gone to the bench and brought in Nora Blanchard, some additional size. Inside, nice move there by Carrero, rolls one in. Durfee hopes to have any chance. They have to go to Carrero over and over. Ball goes out of bounds. And they'll say it went off of Blanchard.
Yeah.
We saw Nora also when we were doing field hockey. Certainly has good size. Here's Hargraves working against Bucha. Got it right side of the arc. Now Durfee with the basketball trying to work to the paint. From distance that time, Lugo, no good. Shot.
Yeah, Carrero will be called over the back, but I like what New Bedford did that time, Joe. As soon as Carrero got the ball, they double-teamed her, forced her to get it off, and let somebody else score.
Yes.
That's what they want to do, and obviously with the foul over the back, we got one-on-one.
And this has been a problem for Durfee here tonight. It was a problem in the first half, and now here in the second half, already over the limit. And with 9 team fouls, they're just one away from double bonus.
Yep.
So 1-1 here. And Thompson hits.
Her 4th point of the evening.
And 2 free throws by Alexia Thompson. This is Hargraves working against Bucha. Karen thought about the 3, now got it to Carrero. Carrero's got a size advantage here on Thompson, but they go away from her, and here is Hargraves. Get it to Carrero. This is where she's got to be a little more aggressive, and Durfee's going to call for a timeout.
And Marcel
Smith
is talking with Carrero. She's asking, hey, people, you're not moving. I need people moving. And so she wasn't happy with it. Neither was Coach Smith. So he calls timeout, and they'll discuss it and figure out what's going on.
And there you see the New Bedford sideline with head coach Jordan Pina talking to his squad. New Bedford really stepped up the defensive pressure here in the second half.
Now he's trying to get obviously some minutes, a little bit from Torres Lugo, and then he's trying to get a little bit more from Souza as well before he can get Lewis and O'Connell back in for the final minutes of this game.
He's not going to be able to wait much longer.
Now he's going to have to make it a little bit fast and just roll with the dice.
Roll the dice, Chris. You're right.
Yeah, he's left Hargraves in for a while.
And you're down 13.
Yeah.
Oh, the shot blocked there. Thompson blocking Carrero. They're going to say it's a jump ball with the arrow favoring New Bedford.
Yeah, nice play.
So think about it. Carrero's their best player. New Bedford has a freshman guarding Carrero, and she did a great job.
Remember, the boys are at Durfee tonight. They're down 56-50 at the end of 3 up in Fall River, so hanging in there going into the 4th.
Little stop and pop by Hargraves off the glass and in.
Like that shot.
Understood her strength, didn't think she was going to be able to take it to the goal, so stopped and banked it home. Bucha get it to Reese. Reese has been a going concern here in this second half. Off the glass, up and in.
Want to travel, and they said no.
No call.
Yep.
And so Tatum Reese.
Big second half for her.
Durfee with the basketball. Carrero got it to the corner to Karen. Karen nearly turned it over. Get to the goal with the left hand. Shot went off the side of the glass, out of bounds.
I believe it was deflected.
They'll say it was a block by New Bedford.
So here it comes now, Joe, with 5:55. He makes the switch. Holly's back in, O'Connell back in, and Lewis back in. So now you take your chances. Down 13, he says, I had enough. I got to figure this out.
Yeah, you got to take a shot.
And here's one good,
Lewis
strong move.
Inside to the goal with the right hand, bank it in, and draws a foul.
Yep.
And you said it earlier. You got to have a sense as a coach, like, it's now or never.
Sure.
I can keep her on the bench and not ever foul out. We won't have a chance in this one.
I don't understand on this inbound off the side here. You're fronting Lewis. Let her be in front of you.
Yeah,
if you're
keep
fronting,
her,
they just throw the ball over the top away
keep
from the
her
basket.
as far away from the basket
Yeah,
as possible.
I didn't understand that defensive position.
Free throw, no good. Rebound to New Bedford, and Lewis almost committed a foul, but Lady Whalers turn it over. Went through the hands of Thompson.
Yep. 5:47 remaining, up by 11.
That's Carrero. Got inside to Lewis. They tried to double team Lewis.
Yep.
She has to pull it out.
Good job. There it is again.
Tried to
And
go
the other way from
inside
Reese.
this time to
Wide
Holly.
open underneath.
There's Lewis, wide open. Tries to work her way inside. And it's up and in.
All right, now Jordan Pina's got to make some adjustments here. He's got to start thinking a little bit more defensively. How do I match up with Lewis a little bit better?
To Blanchard inside, and Nora Blanchard off the bench has 2 points. New Bedford kind of needed that.
And they're going to Lewis right now, so he's got to find out. Now Blanchard's on Lewis. Nothing wrong with that, but they got to double, especially if she's getting it down below.
Move here by Carrero and a step in. That's got to be a block.
And that's got to hurt.
Yeah,
And Carrero will be hurt.
Down on the floor.
Yep.
Holding her side. Looks like her right,
Yep.
something on her right side of her
Yep.
body.
On the hip.
Collision.
Billy Haight will come out, the trainer. Coach Marcel Smith will be out to take a look at it as well. Foul will be on Remus, her second. But the concern right now
Remember, if you can't
is
shoot
Carrero.
the
Yep.
free throw, you have to designate a shooter.
That's correct.
She's really not, at this point, shaking it off, kind of just staying in that same position. With 5:01 left in the third quarter. Rolling over on her back now a little bit. Is it just a matter of maybe you had the wind knocked out of you?
It could have been that.
Just by the fact she rolled over on her back.
So they're going to get her up on her feet.
Here she.
And it'll be interesting to see
goes
if she's
left.
going to.
It's hard to know. Looks like maybe
Yep.
holding her lower right side of her abdomen. Let's see.
She'll get a nice round of applause. Now, Joe, she'll have to come out because she's shooting free throws. She doesn't have to.
She does not have to.
Okay.
Yeah, she does not have to. If she had to come out because she's unable to continue, then what would have happened was they have to designate someone to shoot. And of course, at the higher levels, once you come out and don't shoot your free throws, you're done for the night.
Right.
High school, not exactly sure about the rule, but she should be going to the free throw line.
I don't know if I'm surprised, Joe. I'm surprised Burke hasn't come back in for head coach Pina. I think.
Yeah, she played well.
Yep. I think but I think she'd be a little bit better matchup down below. That would help.
Yeah, so wondering why she's not shooting here.
Yep.
If they say it's a non-shooting foul, there's 16 fouls. That's 1 and 1.
Well, I'm waiting to see, but no, looks like they're just going to do it off to the side.
Get it inside. There's Lewis.
Yeah,
Missed his shot. Was wide open.
And she was banging down below to get Blanchard out of there.
Opened up some space. Here's Bucha. Try to work to the left hand. Throws up a hook shot. They're going to call a foul. That's why I'm not a big fan about 3 officials. I've seen a lot of calls here.
And unfortunately, that's 5 for Lewis.
Yeah, it didn't look like a lot there.
That was a tough one.
I really don't like having 3 officials in high school because you have a tendency it's
everybody
human nature.
wants to get their
call. You want to
call.
blow a whistle.
Yep.
And the first free throw is good by Vanessa Bucha.
So checking back in was Karen, one of the starters, number 22. And Burke has checked in as well.
And 2 free throws there for Vanessa Bucha. New Bedford back up by 13. Carrero tries to work inside off the glass, banks it in.
Boy, nice game from her.
Yes,
she's played very well for Durfee.
And that's going to be steps against Thompson.
Yep.
Caught the ball and defender stepped in, Carrero, and so because of it was a little bit off stride in her move.
And Gordon will check in for Ramus. 53-42 by 11. And then Lady Hilltop is still hanging around. They get a 3 pretty soon, and it could make this one a little interesting.
Baseline. Nice move by O'Connell, but couldn't connect. Here's Gordon. Get it to Reese. Reese just going to steamroll her way to the goal.
Helps.
Left hand lays it in.
Nobody helped. And Smith knows I'm not happy about that.
And the one thing we know about Tatum Reese, she can run all night long.
Oh, yeah, she's fast, quick.
And tremendous endurance. We saw her again.
Well, it's simple, Joe. Listen, you're trying to get back into the game. You can't give up an easy basket like that, especially from back there. And you had all 5 people back by that time, and Reese went by everybody for an easy layup with the left hand.
What's the basic rule? You stop the man with the ball. So that means even if you're guarding someone, you step off that person to make sure you stop the man with the ball. In this case, the lady with the basketball. .357 left, 13-point New Bedford lead.
So Holly, who came in with 7 in the 3rd quarter, Joe, for all her points, did nothing in the first, nothing in the second. Maybe get her the ball maybe a little bit in the 4th, get her going, because Carrero's going to need some help. So right now, Holly and O'Connell have to step up their game to help Carrero on the offensive side. Give her some support, get some points for her.
Yeah, again, your real problem is, aside from Carrero, everyone is an off-the-ball offensive player.
Right.
She's got to set up someone. Here's Holly. They try to set a pick for her. She dribbled right into traffic, and it's a tie-up. The arrow here favoring Durfee. But again, that's the difference. Can you get your own shot? When we did evaluations for teams as coaches, we would always evaluate, can they get their own shot?
Right.
First thing, if you can't, then you're not going to be a key player. You can be a good player like
That's
O'Connell,
a big player.
who hits 3.
And I said, we're going to need something from one of them, and there it was right there. Nice 3, down to 10.
Here's Gordon, works to the paint. And another blocking foul against Durfee.
She had a chance to look at Burke and gave it off. She decided to keep it, but draws the foul.
The amount of fouls we've seen here by the Lady Hilltoppers,
Now that's going to be on Karen, and that's her 4th. And obviously, huge at the end, make your free throws.
Really struggled to stop the basketball. They've scored enough points here tonight, 45, that they could win a game. You're scoring 50 points in high school basketball, girls high school basketball, that's more than enough, but they do not do a great job on the defensive end.
Misses
Shot
both.
up, no good. Rebound to
New Bedford got it.
Bucha on the floor. Got it to Reese. She takes it to the goal.
Great block underneath. And I want to say it was Holly. Wow. It was tough to tell if it was number one. I
And New
believe it
Bedford
was.
continuing just to take it to the basket. Here's Reese. Watch here. They've just
High
spread
pick.
the floor. She's trying to steamroll away to the goal. Butcher for three. Shot no good. Rebound loose on the floor. Thompson came away with it. Nice handle there from
Good
Thompson.
look,
Got
man.
it inside. Reese,
Wow,
no
no
foul.
call. Wow.
Well, there's
And
been
Coach Pina just
there's
almost
been
falls to his knees and says, "You have to be kidding me."
11 fouls in this quarter
Yep.
in this half
Yep.
for Durfee. And the miss there, rebounded by New Bedford. Here's Reese. She's just going to take it right to the
Sure
goal.
is.
That's got to be an offensive that time. Oh no, another
Nope.
block.
Stepping in.
Yeah, Durfee has not done a good job on that at all. Tatum Reese just had her head down. She was going straight ahead.
That's on Hargraves, I believe, and that should be number 5 for her as well. Or is it only 4? Let's see.
Looks like they have
It says 4. Okay.
Reese. But again, you saw Tatum. She was not giving up that basketball. No. You need to step in and square and just take the contact, but did not. And makes one of two. 56-45, 11-point lead, 2:34 left. Here's Hargraves, Holly, O'Connell. Left side of the arc. They get it to Carrero. Over the top, bad pass. Stolen by Buccio, just cut into the passing lane. And another Durfee foul.
This one on Holly.
So if I was head coach Marcel Smith, I'd be working on the defensive end of the floor more than anything else. You're making your move to defend too close to the basket, and then you're just reaching in and committing fouls. You're not using your body position, stopping the ball early enough. You're stopping them at the rim, and you're just committing fouls. And one of two, and then gets her own rebound. And missed the shot. Loose ball goes back to Reese.
Oh.
And it gets pinned up on the rim.
And then it comes down.
And the ball's going to stay with New Bedford as the arrow is pointing that way. Inbounded inside. Burke is wide open and missed the shot.
Oh.
Then a foul over the back by Gordon.
That's 1-1, I believe.
Should be 1-1.
2:06 remaining, up by 12. Durfee will go to the line. And it will be Landry Karen. Shoot the 1-1.
12-point lead, trying to get it down to 10 if you're Durfee with 2 minutes left. Very difficult, but if you can get it to 10, maybe you hit it. Maybe you hit a three or a couple of threes, but Durfee's going to make some substitutions.
Yeah, so this
here.
is interesting. So
he's
almost like giving it up.
I think they're packing it in here now.
Yeah.
Went to the bench, brought in Souza.
Sure did.
And Karen missed the free throw. Down the floor to the goal with the right hand. Burke missed the shot. Durfee with a rebound here. Get it to Carrero. Trying to work left side of the floor off the glass. Oh, around the rim and out. Carrero with a fine move. Looks like a timeout. No, going to call traveling. And New Bedford's going to make some substitutions. Or check that. Maybe it was just a timeout so New Bedford could substitute. It's an 11-point game with 1:45 left. You would think, yeah. I mean, there's still things that can happen.
Oh yeah. So
couple of threes and it's anyone's game.
Oh yeah, Blanchard back in, Pereira back in. So both teams making their substitutions.
Durfee with Julianne Souza, Carrero, Karen. Number 20, Evangeline Souza. Bedford inbounds to Vasquez.
Doubling up right now.
Vasquez got the ball to Reese. Oh, nearly palmed it.
And not a good look there.
Oh, that was Tarpey off the bench. Turnover.
Yeah, it was Tarpey. I'm sorry.
Here's Vasquez with the basketball. Works with the left hand. Down the floor against Souza. Turned it over. Durfee with it. Here's Carrero. Going to take it to the goal against Ramos. Up and in. 1:11 left.
1:11.
9 points.
Only up by 9.
Durfee trying to come away with a steal here. They'll get it to Ramos. Try to get it inside. Blanchard missed the shot. Loose ball. Durfee comes away with
rebound. Keep running.
it. Here's Carrero.
Gotta shoot threes. Just stop and shoot and 3. Shoot it.
And
there
she
you
will.
go.
And there's a shot, and it's up off the rim. No good. Needed
Had
that
to take
one.
the chance. Yeah, had to take the chance.
Could have got it to 6. Here's Vasquez
Watch out.
against Souza. Trip from behind. The amount of fouls that Durfee has committed tonight has been by far the most that we've seen here in 2021. It's been kind of a hands-off type of season. Chris just totaled them up. 23 fouls by Durfee here tonight. Free throw up and good by Vasquez.
Been a little spark plug off that bench, especially in that second quarter, really helped out.
Well, when New Bedford was down after a quarter of play.
Yes.
You're not going to win many when you commit 23 fouls compared to New Bedford's. Looks like maybe 13, 14.
12 for New Bedford.
12 fouls for New Bedford as Blanchard lays it up and in. So 11 more fouls on Durfee. 12-point New Bedford lead. 27 seconds here. Here's Carrero to the goal with the left hand. They're going to count it. And she's going to go to the free throw line.
Yeah, good for her. I mean, just a tremendous game by number 24, Mackenzie Carrero. And again, if you're New Bedford, can't be fouling there.
I have her for 19, Chris. I don't know if you have something different.
Let me see what I have.
10 in the first half, 9 here in the second half.
That is correct. That's what I have.
Guerrero, free throw, no good. Ball's loose on the floor. Souza trying to trap there. Oh, and they'll come. Durfee had it for a second, then lost it. Here's Ramos. Got it to Vasquez. New Bedford should just be holding it. Durfee committing a foul here with 8.2 seconds left. Time to just let it ride here. But Vasquez will go to the free throw line and shoot 2. It's double bonus time. Vasquez's free throw, no good. Rebounders will go in now. Second free throw here. For Marie Vasquez, and her shot is good. 8.2 seconds left here. New Bedford will get it up to 2-2 on the season with this win. Here's Carrero trying to work her way inside. Squeezed up a shot. They're going to count it.
And they should. She got it off.
And it'll end up being, as a result, a 61-52 New Bedford win.
Well, it was an interesting battle, a tough game. And obviously, when you looked at what started off slow for both teams, only 11-8 first quarter score. But then New Bedford turned it on in the second, helped by Vasquez coming in and leading the charge with 6 in that quarter to go 20-13 in the score of the second quarter. And at the half, they were up 28-24. When it came to the third quarter, Tatum Reese kind of jumped into the mix, and she dominated that third quarter by herself, scoring 8. They got 17 total, and Durfee only had 8. And obviously the score was 45-32 at the end of 3. And then in the fourth, and we talked about it, Joe, when New Bedford needed that run late in the third, they got it. They had a comfortable lead. Carrero did all she could in the fourth, but it wasn't enough and they will lose by only 9. But give the Hilltoppers some credit. A lot of foul trouble, as you said, and I think it just wore down the rest of the team, and they looked very tired as New Bedford was subbing and looked very fresh throughout the game.
Yeah, and it was the ability of New Bedford to keep the pressure on the defensive side of the floor and keep playing with pace throughout. Durfee was okay early in that first half, but you could see them wear down in that second half, especially in the third quarter, with a fine effort by Reese. And New Bedford, just too many ball players to go to who could take it to the basket and play with pace. If it wasn't Reese, it was Thompson. If it wasn't Thompson, it was Vasquez. If it wasn't Vasquez, it was Bucha. So New Bedford, promising team here. Not a, and it is a young squad.
It is.
If you look throughout their roster, not one senior on their roster aside from Bucha.
Yeah, exactly. Who I believe is a senior.
All sophomores, juniors.
Yep.
So.
And they didn't even have Franklin, one of their captains, playing the game. So we have to remember that, a big part of Jordan Pina's team.
That'll do it from the Ed Rodricks Court in the Beardsworth Gonzalez Gymnasium on the campus of New Bedford High School. With the final score for a final time, it was New Bedford 61, Durfee 52. For my partner, Chris Santos, all of our staff here at the New Bedford Cable Network, thanks for joining us tonight, and have a good night, everyone.